Hello. Hi, it's Leela and the pie. Here we are. So surprised to see you here. Wah, wah. This is the Art Therapy Show where today I'm going to make a point of letting you know how messy these things are in real life and how fun they are and how unmessy they are right there in your own home on your own iPad, maybe in bed, maybe anywhere. Right on. I'm going to quickly say hi to the people in the front row and then we're going to swing on over to my iPad view and we're going to get to work saying hello to Thomas Christ. And he's probably going to drop something about that over there. Jade Star, already awake, already in place. Very cool. Loved your demo this morning for octaves. Heathen Granny, hello. I'm mejorada cronológicamente. Louis. Is that everyone who's in the front row? Oh, nope, Jenny is in the front row too. Hello, Jenny in the front row. And the rest of you in the lurking lounge or watching on the replay, hi, I see you. It's all good. Here we are, ready to do some fun stuff. Thomas is dropping some links, but like I said, right over there, right? Whoops, I get tapped if I'm going to do that. Right on. I am so excited about these techniques. Oh yes, before I get to the, I want to show you some things. So, see, check this out. This is a thing full of papers that I made and other like things to put on top, like there's some stuff in here, right? So if you are going to mess with these in real life, you would have to cut them out with scissors, right? And then you would have to there would be scraps laying all around, and then you'd be putting some glue on a paper, and the glues come in like, this is peanut butter, but the glues come in containers like this, and you just kind of slap it on like this big brush, and you slap it on. And can you imagine how much a mess I would already have made? So this is why we do this. I'm gonna now take you into my iPad view, and we are gonna check it out, baby. All right, let's go there. Transición. The pie. Look how concerned she looks. She looks so concerned, right? So we've got these. I took some, and hopefully they are already ready. Let's go. Recently saved. We might need to. Recently saved. It keeps on. Oh, there we go. Just syncing with iCloud. We'll get a sync going. Make sure I've synced, because I know Pi is always watching. So just before this, I took some photos of some of my pieces of paper, so I can show you how easy it is to do syncing. And we'll pick, oh, I wanted to show you something really cool. Now this is related more to this show, although it's kind of related to my other show as well. There we go. So here's like a map, and here's some things from Graphics Fairy, and here's some printed out photographs I took, and here is a piece that this is like piece that I made by gluing stuff and stamping stuff and transferring stuff. So I took a picture of that. And now I'll show you where Graphics Fairy is. Let's come into Safari. It's graphicsfairy.com, vintage images, DIY, and crafty projects. So they used to be, everything was free. Of course, they still have a whole ton of free stuff, but now they also have a premium membership where you can get even crazier, awesome stuff. Like right here, say these are chair clip arts, right? These are some really nice chairs. So you can just take the chair and save it to the photos. And now we've got a chair. That's, let's find something else. Oh, let's do fish. That's a nice fish right there. Save to photos. Like one facing the other direction, let's save them to photos. See? So there's some free graphics for you, right? That you can pop in to your stuff. All right, this is a whole different weird thing, right? I don't even want that. So let's go in here to my sessions and Pixel Ambient. You got to check this out. So remember what I made last week? I placed that in here and in Pixel Music, and now it can actually make, it can give it basically plays. So cool, huh? Nice. So cool. Anyway, now we'll find something. Let's get a background that we already made and do some cutting. And we can paint over those cuts later. So let's head into Procreate. The pie's cut her losses now. Let's see. I want to find something. Let's find something that's got kind of a light. That's got a light background. So now, and you can see this is a whole bunch of layers, paint, and all kinds of good stuff. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just straight up insert a photo. We're going to find one of these photos. I don't know why we've only got one of these photos. Oh, there they are. Like, say, let's get these fish. We could come in here. And let's see, automatic. We might have to do something. Anyway, I'm going to show you in this, like, we'll use a freehand. We'll just cut it out. And I'm using my... No, you could go into a different app and remove the background all by yourself, right? But I'm doing this for the reason that this gives it the kind of hand-cut feeling that you get when you're cutting it with your fingers. See? There we go. And then So there'll be a little white around it, you know, and a little bit will be cut off. It's going to be a lot like, so now I'll say copy and paste, right? So then I hide this one, and then there's this other one here, and it's cut out. Hey cubes, what's up? You love the salmon with the crispy skin. I do. I love salmon, actually. How you doing, cubey cubes? So this one, the little dot, or the you know, cursor mark, we can make that smaller. And we're gonna put it, I'm gonna put it kind of up here, and we can just take it and give it a little, take the opacity down so that it looks kind of like it's there. It looks on the thing. Okay. Now, coming back, we're going to add, insert a photo, boom, boom. We're going to get this outro facing. Now, hang on a second. Let's undo this. So 2-finger tap. Bye-bye. Let's go, and I'm going to use another program this time. We're going to pull up, this is kind of a little file where I keep a bunch of cutout photos. Whoa, that's bizarro. Okay. All right, let's grab this. Here we go. And now we're going to take in a photo, and we're going to grab this fish, and this time we're going to auto mask the fish. Boom. See, that's a lot smoother and prettier. And then we take, and so what I did up here, see, we'll show you with my mouse, we tapped the share button, and then I'm going to tap current layer image. Whoop, 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 there it is. Current layer image. Share, view more, copy. And now, whippity whip, I'm using my external keyboard. Oops. And I just did Alt Tab, which brings me back. So then I come into this Actions menu, click Paste, click Allow Paste, and now you've got this guy too. Let's have him kind of facing this guy. So remove that. Bring it down opacity wise. There, now I have, those fish look really good on there. I like them. Now let's find some larger, let's find insert a photo. Let's pick one of these ones that's got just random stuff on it. And now, once again, I want to grab this, that it looks like a swirl or a cut or something. Needs more cowbell. I could, let's see. Let's freehand. This is the way I do this in, so I'm going to just cut out this part, right? There we go. Copy and paste. New layer from selection. So we remove that one. Now, whoops. Now you grab this guy and you can just kind of stick it in the corner there. If you want to make it as big as the thing, you can make it as big, right? Clearly that needs to be underneath the fish, right? So take that and drag it down under the fish, under the sea, under the sea. And then what a fun way, we'll hide the fish that's on top of it. And instead of, hey, Original E. Urban and Ed Zielinski, welcome to the party. Let's get back to our from selection. Let's hide the fish that's on top of it quickly. So instead of doing instead of like trying to fade this part into the other one with transparency, we'll add just a little bit of transparency. So like 83%. So it doesn't really blend in all that well yet. But that's when we bring in our sweet little smushes. Let's get this crazy looking smush, and we'll bring it right down here. And now we're just gonna kind of go whoop. I'm just taking the edges of it and I'm dragging the edges over here into the reality of it all. You can actually, and this is something you can't do with your real stuff. You can't smudge. You can't smudge your collage sheet like this in real life. What? Let's hide the other fish. Yeah, well, now it's something not so fishy going on. Let's find this inserted image. Let's turn it back on. Now let's cut another piece out. I want to cut out. And what's amazing here is that, so if I was making something here, I'm stuck only being able to use this the size it is, which it is a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, right? So instead I stretched that and it fit in a completely different spot. Now we're gonna get in here again. We're gonna freehand this puppy. I'm just gonna pull this. Just keep drawing. I'm just gonna go like that. And then we're gonna come up and pull my hands that do not stay straight, right? And then copy and paste. Now, once again, we hide this. We drag this under the fish because it's gonna need to be under the fish. And now we're gonna bring this over on the other side. And make it cover the entire bit. I want a little more transparency on this one, simply because it's got some really pretty colors underneath it. So see, now you can kind of see the colors just peeking through. So let's put our smushy. There we go. Now what? How amazing does that look? Upside down Idaho. And now I'm going to go back to soups, superimpose. I'm going to grab a chair. I'm going to grab that chair because you can auto mask it. Oh, wow. Look at that chair. Oh, it's delicious. Whoop. Share. View more. Copy. And whoops. You can do this with an Alt tab. Procreate. Only if potatoes fall out, right? Now, all right. It's the wrench menu. Paste. Allow the paste. Now you've got this chair. You got an empty chair. And if it's on top, let's put it on top. Now let's put the fish back in. So you might, I mean, I don't care if things overlap, right? But on the other hand, they don't necessarily have to. Let's, oh, there, oh, that's nice. I like it with the fish just swimming right behind like that. I just want them to look a little bit more like they're deliberately placed. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go. The eye is right there. No, look at this. Look at how the way this shadow works. Looks as though it's got the shadow of the chair on it. Totally not tripping, right? This isn't so terrible, right? Let's open up our inserted image again. Let's find something else to cut out of it. Like, I kind of like this doorway. The fish are interrogating you. Yes, it's an interrogation chamber. Copy and paste. Say bye-bye. We don't have to see you. Yeah, right? Take that, opaque it down. Whoa, yes. Let's bring it under the chair. Let's bring it under the fish. And now, once again, have a seat there, fishies. Now I'm gonna smear. See, notice how you can see I've got, since I'm on the smearing part, I smear it, but it's underneath these other things, so you can't see. Now it looks kind of like, I think my chair needs to be a little smaller. I want the chair to look like it's in here. Nice. But I mean, you know, this doesn't have to be the piece of art, because usually when I start doing stuff like this, a third fatter fish enters his room with a coffee and a tape player. We could put a little fish over here. Oh, I know. No. Let's go back to superimpose and find something in stock. Let's look for fish. I want like a school of fish. See how fun this is? Maybe school of fish. Whoa, there we go. Ooh, here we go. These ones are awesome. Look at that! I'm going to tighten the bound box so that it's right there. Whoops. Now. Doop. All right, but I don't like the color of these fish. Well, let's go back and check. Yeah, I don't want that. I want this green to be a little different. So how we use this is we go to the editor and superimpose. And now I'm going to head over to adjust. This is another thing you can't do in person. You would have to type, and you would have to take a little tiny paintbrush and paint this stuff in order to get this kind of vibe. But here instead I can take this range, and I take, the way you find the color you're looking for is you take the saturation all the way down, and then the picture will turn kind of gray. There we go. All right. Now you bring these gray fish back up. You could either leave them really kind of unsaturated, or you could actually change their color. You could make them more purple. That seems kind of fun. Change the light. Here they're light, very light. Here they're very, very dark. Probably light will work better. All right, so now we can come in and tick that little box, tick current layer image, tick share. Once again, these are the same. This is the routine. Gosh, it's so much easier than in real life. All right. Now we're back to our menu paste. Want the fish like swimming towards the chair. There we go. And now there they are. I think they should be dragged down underneath their fish. I don't know, that fish now looks like it's just a teensy bit too opaque. I like how the opacity increases to the right, and it decreases. There's more transparency on your left hand side. Now I'm gonna go in. The thing about this chair is that it just looks kind of stark there. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use liquify to sort of mess it up a little bit. So I'm gonna push, see? I'm gonna kind of just click it so that it's places the stuff is where I want it to be. I just don't like the shape of it, I guess. I thought it looked better with that back kind of expanded. And then we'll bring that opacity down. So it's not a bad little art piece already, but as I always say, now I'm going to remove this, so it's all gone now, our extra bits. But that's when I come in with my little brush, and we find a nice grungy brush, and we just kind of playing like I'm got a roller there or something. We'll come in with a little, we'll just get kind of a, not this, we want a more organic, this clay, we're gonna kind of, so you know that those fish are there, right? Now it looks like sandy atmosphere. And you could just continue. I like to keep pulling colors out of the background and painting them over. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this layer by itself. A lot of times I cover it with multiple things. Let's find a new kind of, let's try this deep north. Oops. Thing is, don't be too in love with what's underneath. Now we're gonna take this apart. Like, let's try this Hessian. Now we'll just go pick up another color. Ooh, this blue looks nice. And we're gonna bring that down the opacity. Let's smear this. This time, let's smudge our wet paint. Yeah, that looks wicked. Now it's just like there's something happening down here, right? Let's use something, let's take down the opacity way down and find something to erase with. Let's erase with a little bit of, maybe with some water flicks. Yeah, because we're underwater, so. Yeah, go ahead, take out more than you think you need. This looks splashy. Let's look at this. See? Look how cool. Already by itself, this layer makes an extremely cool layer. You could take this and put it on almost anything, right? It's wicked. Let's find a dark color. I'm gonna leave this in the same. So I'm gonna go in and actually make this color darker using my brush. Now we'll find a new, let's find a really, yeah, this Motorsport. That one is really loose. Let's bring it up. Isn't this cool? This is so... It looks old and cool, and the things are starting to peek out. I don't know. I think it's time to start adding more images. Let's find some cool... Let's see if there's another photo we can add. Things we can cut out. Oh yes, let's find some of this stuff. Now the thing is on these, the fun thing about this is that it's gonna be wrinkly and funky, right? So we're gonna go, some I'm gonna just, there we go. Just trace this guy. Whoops. Let's do that again. Let's stop in between so that I don't end up erasing everything if I make a mistake. See, each time I stop and pick up my pen, see, now I made a mistake. Now if I tap, I only got rid of just that part that looked ugly. Whoops, there I go again. My hands are so spazzy, I swear. Pick it up. Pick her up. Soleado. The sun says, is it hot in here or is it just me? Oh no. What have I just done? Oh no. I messed it all up. Let's do this again. And this actually happens, so I've actually had to, if you mess up cutting a piece of real paper, then you've actually probably ruined your piece of paper. Here, I just started over again. Let's try not to let my hands do bad stuff to the thing. What did you say about this music? It sounds like Angelo Badalamenti, David Lynch's music composer. Yes, undo is a lot easier in digital media. Which is part of the actual joy of real life media. Sometimes messed up is just what you need. What if I like cut off half of this sun, you know? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make it. I'm making it. Yay! She's back! And better than ever. I know. So let's take and erase that. Oh, see, now we've got a big sun. So I'm going to make a new picture. So this isn't... This is a new picture, right? This is wholly new. I'm going to bring the... I'm going to give it 55. Oh. See? Now the sun is just in the background there. Yay! I love this. Let's do it again. Let's find another one. Okay, grab this inserted image and pull it back up again. Weep. Whoops. Let's undo that. Why is it here? Move her up here. And redo the transform. 55. Hi, Riverbend Sim. What's up? I kind of still think that it needs to be a little bigger. There we go. I love that once I've glued it down in here, it's not glued down. I can move it. Beautiful. All right, coming back. Let's come back. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's come back to this. Now let's mess with this. Yummy. Now what? Oh, this is really neat. So let's actually get rid of this because we can reinsert it and make it, and it won't be broken anymore. There we go. Now let's, ooh, I know. Let's pull out this. We can cover the entire thing with this map. That's gonna be freaking cool. Copy and paste. Turn off that layer. Whoops, not that layer. Turn off this layer. Come back to this layer. Grab that. Whoops. There we go. Now you just come in, grab that selection. We want this one to be really opaque. I mean, really transparent. 27%. That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, now look at, there's little map lines over everything. Actually, let's bring back, let's make it like 33. I like numbers. I like those kind of numbers. I'm weird. Yeah, see? Now I think that the sun is way too bright. The sun is too bright. Let's make that 33 too. There we go. Nice. Get this put on bathroom tile. See, I love doing stuff like that. Designing tile and all kinds of stuff. Let's get more maps. Let's do more maps. Insert a photo. Let's find this map of, this is a map of London, right? So we'll turn it this way. Whoa, there we go. And we're gonna go in to the color balance. I think let's, oops. Shadows, midtones. I'm just trying to like take the colors and make them all. There we go. Now we'll take the curves. Let's get the curves. Make it darker. I want the, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Kind of dark, right? And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna make it very, very transparent again. Yeah, like 16%. Look how cool this looks, you guys. Let's find something. Let's go to Graphics Fairy and try to find something new. So if you weren't here at the beginning, graphicsfairy.com. Let's put some fish up top. Let's find some fish. Let's save that fish. Ooh, yes, this one. There's a nice fish. Save the photos. Let's get 4 of them. Now these ones have cool backgrounds too. So I'm gonna come in. Actually, we're gonna cut them in. Actually, let's undo that. You know what I want? See how let's leave all this stuff in there. So we'll actually go back. It's fun. It's there. It's all good, right? And maybe we'll do that, but let's go back in here and let's actually add it, because then we can smear the edges instead of, right? Like we did before. Let's insert this photo. Recently saved. Let's find this one, right? So see, now I'll only bring down the opacity just a smidge, right? And the rest of it, I'm going to take and I'm going to smudge it out. Let's find a different smudge. Let's find a grungy smudge. See this pepperberry smudge. Bring it. Whoop. I might have moved it. See, now what we've got is like a gesso layer. We've just turned the background into a into paint. Can't do that with paper either. And then it just goes lightly. Can do it. We can get it over there. Just picking up and moving it. Consider this fish armed and dangerous. See, wow, that's pretty nice, huh? But we could come in and kind of make it all look sort of broken. Let's see if we can find something that makes it look very broken. Textures. Take this grunge texture, that's nice. Now we're gonna kind of remove some of this fish. There we go. Now you can sort of half see it. It's just barely there, right? Whoa! Now let's bring in another fish. We're getting close to time to get. I'm gonna double check. Are we all set to go to Jade's? I better double check. Like, that's me. I am so terrible sometimes at figuring out my stuff that gets affected by ADHD, like preparation for things, like being organized. I'm terrible at that. But look, I still manage to make art, music, stream several days a week, like make videos. I do all of this, and I am so hampered by the deep amount of... Yes, I should have known. I was sitting with Jade yesterday while I did this. The fish are evolving. It's so cool. Anyway, let's insert one of these other photos, right? Of one that's facing the other direction, obviously. We'll move this one so that it's kind of up here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to smudge. Let's use a different smudging brush. Let's use this wolf brush. Wow! Let's turn that way down so we can... I love it. Now the paper that it's on basically becomes paint. You can't turn your regular paper into paint. No, you can't. We're gonna smudge the fish like a psychotic 5-year-old. That's right. Let's use that motorsport. So notice how I'm in this classic library. If you tap the library, you can go back to libraries, and then I can come into this other Procreate library, which has motorsport. I want to smudge this with motorsport. There we go. Now it looks broken, and we'll bring down the opacity to about 65. Yeah, that looks good. Now we've got like sort of a fishy thing going on. Meow, Hugh Caldwell. Good morning. Let's see. Whoops. Give it just a little less. Yeah, 69. I think this is actually just really, really cool. I love it. You can still see some of those underlayers. You can see the paint job. You can see this. It's just so fun. Splat, splat, splat. All right, now it's time. Let's see, I've got a few more minutes. So let's paint on top of it again. We've got this motorsport again. Let's bring one of these pinky colors back in. Or maybe like the oh yes, like one of these colors that's in the tail of a fish. It's a fish tail. Or we could get this blue. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Ooh, that's not even blue, that's kind of brown. So that's that size. Now let's take the opacity down. I'm going to take this and we're going to find a way to make that a little pinker. Yeah, see? It's pretty pink. And we're going to bring the size of the motorsport down. And the opacity down, 69 again. See? Mixed meat, yeah, this is how you make fish oil. Some of the remnants of the fishes, we bashed them. We've murdered them. You still can't see the chair, though. You can't see that chair anywhere, can you? But you could do some really wild stuff here. Like, just say, I wonder what would happen if we took all the layers between here and here and smushed them down. Maybe. Let's try it. Whoa, that's all one layer now. Now if you've got this one layer, so let's solo this layer. See, look. Now you could cut it, right? If you wanted to cut it. I want a really just big, I want it to take little tiny chunks out. Yeah, I think we should go back to that, to the motorsport. So remove some motorsport, and we're not even going to take it all the way out. Well, so now we just took a little bit. Basically, I like scraped the top of it. Whoops. And that just changes the character of it just a little bit. Feed the fish to the pie, right? I'm just having so much fun. So I, of course, would come back up and add a layer, and we could bring that layer up on top. Whoops. We could even try, like, what if we put the fish, one fish... See, I just put one fish on top of the other fish. I like that. I like the other fish better that way. Let's drag this one underneath. Ah. There we go. Now we're in our top layer. Yeah, it looks like an old cave painting. We need more of this dark color in there. There we go, a nice dark gray. And I think we're still, yep, we're still in that motorsport. Let's bring the opacity even further down. I just want a little bit of dark color in there. Let's pull this all the way down. Whoa, you can't even see that. That's because there's no background color layer. Whoa. Let's be a little too opaque, I guess. Look at this, looks dirty. It looks a little dirty. All right, we'll just get rid of the the whole thing looks better if you don't have, see, look at that. Just a little bit of smushy smush. Yep. There it is. This feels like ASMR. So let's just come in here just a little and erase some of it. Come back in, put a little more. Let's find a different eraser. I want to erase just like right where the fish top is. Right there we go. There we go. Now you can kind of see the outline of the fish. All right, that looks like that's about it. I'm gonna take this, so we're in our action menu with this, that's the wrench. We're going to hit share. We're going to go PNG, save image. All right, we've got an image. This would actually be a really beautiful, like, this would be a great starting point for a video to like fade this photo out into a scene. This would be a really cool backdrop for an ad or an album cover, anything. All right, so guess what? We're actually set up to go over to Jade's. This is wild. This is this lack of organization is the best I've done all year. Woo! Thanks. That was fun, you guys. All right. Let's get in my time machine. That's right. Fresh caught awesomeness. Funny. All right. So Jade is up next with Trash or Treasure. A really cool show where she's going to take her My Song 2, My Song 3, etc. and then let those just kind of fly. We will vote on whether or not to keep them. And then later on, she's going to be forced to make a song out of one of them. Right on. And then after that will be Russ with the radio show. And then all the other stuff, and I'll be back tomorrow with playing my guitar and stuff. So, big love, everybody, and all the peace that you can carry into your week. Bye-bye.